Hello, everybody, and welcome in to a special edition of Texas Longhorns here. I'm your host, Matthew Miller. You can find me right there on X, talking Texas football, talking baseball, talking NFL, talking every sport you want to talk about right there on Twitter. This is a happy day after 2 days ago was not a good day for the Texas Longhorns. They lose out on Michael Fasusi. Even worse, they lose out on Michael Fasusi to a rival. This is a good day, though. Texas lands the 17th commitment for their 2025 class in Nick Brooks. This is a big-bodied offensive lineman out of the state. Well, originally he was out of Iowa. He has currently moved to Georgia, but guess what? He moved to Georgia, but he still chose the Texas Longhorns. Let's get into him real quick. This is Nick Brooks, like I said, 6'7", 345 pounds. They already have him moved to Grayson High School in Georgia, so good job by them. And Texas wins out on his recruitment. Texas has done a great job in this class of recruiting out of state. He adds to John Mills, also one of the 5 offensive linemen now recruited to Texas from California. Jordan Holman, the twins there, both 3-star recruits, are from Texas. And then Jackson Christian, 6'5", 304 pounds, as a 3-star, is from Texas as well. But this is 2 guys out of state in a 5-man class. We wish we could have pulled a little bit of in-state this week because that would have helped out with Michael Fasusi. But still, overall, good pickup for Texas. Now, there may be people saying, oh, we missed out on Michael Fasusi, so Nick Brooks just fills in for Michael Fasusi. I keep it real with you guys here. Michael Fasusi was a more ready-made player than Nick Brooks. And that's pretty rare, seeing as Michael Fasusi's only been playing, I think, organized football for 4 to 5 years. So props to him for being this prepared. Nick Brooks is, like I said, big body, 6'7", 345 pounds. And some sites have him listed up to 390 pounds. He does not play with great pad level in some of the film, guys. Go ahead and watch it on YouTube. I don't like to pull it up here because it distracts from the information. And basically, you'll see him sometimes just stand straight up. And with that, defensive linemen who are smaller and have no business pushing this man around get right into his pads and push him back very easily. He's got to play with better leverage and pad level, guys. If he doesn't, he's going to get pushed back just like everyone else. Another thing, this time I'll go to the positive. Huge but great mobility. He moves very well north to south and east to west. So good job for him from that. But he's got, like I said, better pad leverage, especially in pass protection. He's really good at mauling people, as he should be at 6'7", 350 plus. In the run game, he needs to really work on the pass protection. We'll see how that turns out for him. I think Kyle Flood can get that down for him. And I'm hoping, and I'm sure Texas coaches and fans are as well, he doesn't grow anymore. Because 6'7" is like teetering on too big, honestly. And you can't even slide him into guard if he does fail at tackle, if he gets any bigger. This is like the biggest you want him to be. But overall, I like the tools to work with here. He also needs to get better balance. But again, you can work on your balance. You can work on your leverage. Kyle Flood, I'm hoping you've identified this, and I think he has. I think Kyle Flood, if you aren't a believer in Kyle Flood after what he did with Christian Jones, then you just aren't going to be a believer. Overall, I think this is a guy that you can mold into a really good offensive lineman. I saw Christian Jones struggle mightily for multiple years at Texas, and then Kyle Flood turned him around. So I think Nick Brooks definitely could be turned around into a really good player. And hopefully missing on Michael Fasusi does not come back to haunt Texas. I've said for a while after DeCorian Moore, and even before that, I was on the train of Michael Fasusi should be number 1 on the board over DeCorian Moore. We need offensive linemen. There's a really good chance, guys. Well, there is. This is going to happen. We're going to lose 4 out of 5 offensive linemen this year. I'm very confident in that. There's a possibility we lose all 5 of the starting offensive linemen. And think about this. Arch Manning in his first year starting behind a totally new offensive line. I don't know if Michael Fasusi would have started right away, but I think this guy's more of in his 3rd-year junior or redshirt sophomore season he plays. I think Michael Fasusi plays in his 2nd year at Texas. I think it's like Brandon Baker. I think Brandon Baker will play here, the highly coveted kid out of California that we got last year, and he's a freshman this year. So we'll see about that. But overall, this could be a busy week for the Horns, and let's talk about that now. Tomorrow, 6 p.m., Jonah Williams will be deciding between LSU Texas A&M and Texas. I think the information and everything coming out right now would lean towards Texas. So that means Texas made up a lot of ground in the last three-ish months with him. Also, some big news came out about 2 to 3 weeks ago. Basically, he's going to early enroll into Texas, skip the MLB draft. So he will not be choosing the baseball route for at least at this time. He will be pursuing football. Now, will he play baseball in college? Absolutely will. He should. He's going to be a great player when he does decide to play college baseball. If you can throw 95 miles per hour off the mound as a lefty, I'm surprised he didn't pursue college or professional baseball. I would have, in my opinion. But again, he wants to play football. He's a hell of a football player. He's going to be a good player. The only question with him was, will he play football in college? That has been answered. He's going to play. I think he chooses Texas. If I had to lean here, I would go 65, 70%. If he doesn't, then I think he goes to A&M. You know what? I'll say this. I think it's Texas. Then I think A&M and LSU are kind of a coin flip between second. But it would not surprise me. We've talked about this before. Josiah Sharma was going to go to Texas the first time, went to bed, chose Oregon, and then he eventually flipped to Texas. Now, do I think Jonah Williams will do that? No. I think whoever he commits to here will be his final commitment. Also on Saturday, tomorrow, you have Aiden Anning from Ruston, Louisiana, deciding between LSU, Arkansas, and Texas. I don't think he ends up at Texas. I think LSU is going to win out on this recruitment. It's really hard to recruit Louisiana kids to flip from LSU. As we all know, they have all their high schools basically brainwashed. They're all called the Tigers. They're all purple and gold. So I think he ends up there, even though they didn't even recruit him really until the last month and a half. And when he decided to take that visit, I kind of knew, guys. Like I told you guys on here, I said, if he takes that visit, I think he's going to end up at LSU. He took the visit. I think he's going to he liked LSU, and I think he will end up at LSU. So that's a big miss there. But now we do have Jonah Williams there. We have Caleb Chester. We definitely need another safety in the class. We'll see if we can get that. Caleb Chester, obviously being a cornerback, but he could end up a safety. He's very long and rangy. But we definitely need another safety in the class if we do end up getting Jonah Williams. If we miss on him, we need two. Offensive line, we'll probably look to flip one of those guys, whether it be Michael Fasusi, which I don't think will happen, a Lamont Rogers or a Ty Haywood. I don't think any of those are going to happen. So I think this will end up being our offensive line class unless there's a senior evaluation they like and they give out an offer, a lot like they've done on the defensive side of the ball on the defensive line. So we'll have to see about that. But overall, if Jonah Williams does commit tomorrow, we're going to be a top 10 class at the end of the season, and Jamie French is right in the pipeline. A week from today, he will be committing, and I think it's going to be either Texas or Miami. So that is the recruiting update. I really appreciate you guys being here. Again, you see that like and subscribe scrolling across the screen. Please like and subscribe the video. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here.